Hey folks, this is Single Dad Cooking, and today we're going to go over a little bit of something that probably most everybody here in the world just goes to the grocery store and buys it, but it's so easy to make them, and it's so much better if you do it yourself, and that's those southern pecan pie. They're real easy to make. They don't take a whole lot of time or extra prep or anything. This is my little version of it. First off, you got to have your little standby here. A little bit of that. That always helps make cooking a little bit easier for some. What you need for it is you need 4 large eggs, which I've got right here in a bowl, and I just got those instead of down in this one yet, but I got them there. It's 4 large eggs, 1 cup of packed, firmly packed light brown sugar. So those, you definitely need those. You need 4 tablespoons of melted butter. Unsalted preferred, because you can always add a little bit of salt to it and you can keep that adjusted instead of trusting the salt measurements to somebody else in the world. You need 1 tablespoon of flour, and that's not a lot, so you're good. You need, on average, you'd use a dark corn syrup or light corn syrup, whatever you want. I'm just using this buttery flavored brand here. It's pancake syrup, but it's just a butter flavored syrup, and all that is basically it's just corn syrup with butter flavor added to it. And let me get him out of the way. Now here, I've got 1 cup of chopped pecans that I kind of toasted off in the oven for about 10 minutes to give them just that little bit of extra crunch and flavor. And that's not important. You don't have to do that. You can just go straight from regular pecan straight into it. It doesn't matter. I just like to do it myself. That's one little extra step I do. And then you need 1 cup of whole pecans. Halves, whole pecan halves. So kind of, you know, if you buy them at the store, that's great. They'll be nice. If you do it like I do, pick them up and have them cracked, and then you finish shelling them and you can get what you want. So let's just go ahead and start. Oh yeah, and you need a 9-inch unbaked pie shell. Don't worry about poking holes in it or anything. The filling's going to hold that down, so you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to have it pre-baked. Now you do want your oven preset to 350 degrees to do this before you even start any of this. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to add our eggs right in. Kind of bust up that yolk a little bit. Get a nice little stir going. Just kind of just bust them up. Get them kind of liquefied. Then we're going to add our packed cup of light brown sugar, and we'll just kind of just bust that up down in the bowl. And we'll get to mixing that here in a minute. Now we're going to get our cup of our buttery flavored syrup, or corn syrup, or light or dark. It can go either way. I just like this. It just gives it that little bit of extra flavor. So we'll get that in there. Then we're going to get our melted butter, our 4 tablespoons of melted butter. And we'll add that in there. And get him up out the way. Then we're going to also get our 1 tablespoon of flour. Get that in. Now we're going to get it mixed. Get that flour incorporated. Get that sugar kind of dissolved with the eggs and the syrup, and we're going to work out any kind of sugar lump or flour lumps. It's going to be in that filling. Now this is a custard. This filling is, well, it's simple. It's like a custard. I wouldn't call it a real custard, but it's really close to one. So we're just going to keep on whisking. You don't need egg mixers or special things. I mean, you could do this with a fork if you really wanted to. And get that mixed up. And you can see that sugar and butter and flour and everything, that kind of lightened up that filling just a little. I thought it would be just a little bit darker, but no. It kind of just lightens it up, which is real good. And it's good. And thick and syrupy. It smells delicious just as it is. You could almost eat it if it wasn't for the raw egg. You probably could. Go ahead, add your cup of toasted pecans. Put that out of the way. And we'll get those mixed in. And that's your filling. It's that easy. It's that easy to make a good old pecan pie. So, what we'll do now is we're going to get our pie shell. Get rid of our whisk. We're going to go back to our spatula. And we're going to put our filling into our 9-inch unbaked pie shell. This is a deep pie shell. So it's going to fill it up. As you can see, all those amounts are just perfect for it. And that's your pecan pie. You can bake it as is. No problems whatsoever. But we're going to make it a little extra special. So we're going to get our 1 cup of pecan halves. And they're going to float on top. Just like that. And we're going to go all the way around in a circle. And then we're going to go on back and then we're going to fill it all in. So we're going to go circle, circle, circle till it's all covered. Well, he flipped, but I don't care. That'll be the lucky piece. See? And we just keep doing that and we'll go all the way around. Well, it's always one I drop it. Now, I know a lot of you people out there in this world, they're busy and you ain't got time to do stuff. And it is easy to go to the grocery store and buy a pre-made pie, especially around these holidays. But you know, nothing says Thanksgiving or Christmas like a good, fresh, homemade pie. That's what we're doing to now. We're just gonna make us just a good old delicious homemade pie. And let's see, I got one more right there. You just keep on just putting them in. It don't take much. You know, you do kind of want to be careful. You don't want to be stabbing your fingers down in your pie at this point. So we'll get this done. It won't take but just a minute or two, really. You know, and you're not paying, you know, $8, $10 for a pie when you make it yourself. It's, you know, most of these things you'll probably have up in your cabinet. Not necessarily the butter flavored syrup or light corn syrup or dark corn syrup. Hell, you might not even have light brown sugar, but you could use dark brown sugar. Hell, you could use just plain old white sugar. And that would be fine. You could do that. And see, here we go. We're nearly done. Look at that. Look at that. And one. We're going to put one dead center in the middle. I don't have many left, but I've got this one right here. We're going to pop him right there. Now at this point in time, you're going to put him in that 350-degree oven that's already preheated, ready to go. So you want to make sure that oven is preheated. Now you're going to bake it for about 45 to 55 minutes to make sure everything's good and set up. Now then, in that amount of time, it might start to brown too much. Your crust might start getting brown a little too much. Your inside pecans starting to look a little dark. That's fine. Get you a piece of aluminum foil and gently tint over the top of your pie and let it just finish cooking in the oven that way. So we'll go ahead. I'm going to cut off the camera and we'll get this in the oven, and here in about an hour and we'll pull it out and we're going to show it to you. So stick with me. Be right back. All right, folks, we're back. The pie baked a little bit longer than the 45, 55 minutes, but I'm in a toaster oven, so it's going to take a little longer in one of those than it would in your regular oven. You know, even in a regular oven, you're looking at 40-45 minutes. You want to check it, make sure it's kind of set up. Uh, and then you're going to let it cool before you ever cut this. You're going to let it cool off for at least 30 minutes, if not an hour or two. In all honesty, I say go ahead, let it sit out overnight. You know, get it covered. So, you know, let it cool off first before you cover it, but let it cool off for about an hour or so. Then you can kind of cover it with a little bit of plastic wrap so you don't get all that sweating and it makes it all wet. But yeah, you do that and you should be good to go with that right there. Now that is a delicious looking pie. Now for me, since I am in a toaster oven, it took me about an hour and a half to actually cook this sucker, to get it to this point. And after 45 minutes, I literally tinted it with a piece of aluminum foil. And when I say tinted it with a piece of aluminum foil, it's like making, you know, you're just putting a little cover over it, because it was starting to get a little dark. And as you can see, my crust is perfect. There's nothing wrong with that. It does look a little dark, but, you know, the filling's dark, so it is what it is. But my pecans did kind of start to brown up a little too much. So I just took a square piece of aluminum foil, put it in the oven, and that's what I mean by the word tint. You just set it on there, you know. It ain't touching the filling in the middle or anything. I just piece of aluminum foil and just set it over there and let it just sit in that oven at 350 degrees for the extra amount of time so it didn't get overdone on top. So that's what I've done there. And let's kind of zoom in just a hair bit. Get that foil up out the way. And see, look at that. Boy, don't that just look delicious? And you know, and that's going to look fantastic sitting out on the dessert table, waiting for your family to cut into it. You're going to really enjoy it. It's going to be nice and delicious. Like I said, you know what? You're going to let this sit up for at least 30 minutes before you even think about cutting into this thing. 30 minutes for sure. Honestly, I say overnight. And it's going to be hard to wait that long. It really is. But it's going to be worth it. And you're going to have a wonderful, delicious, homemade pecan pie. This is a southern pecan pie or classic pecan pie. We always call it southern because we're in the South. And I'm sure up north they've got pecan pies. I know they do. I've lived up there. They're all in the store. Not a lot of pecan trees out there, but you can get them fresh. I guarantee it. Chances are you know somebody down here in the South that can send you up a bag of pecans that are already cracked for you. You know, just pay the shipping, have them sent up to you, because you won't regret it. Or you can always buy your pecans in the store. It is a little pricey to buy those little tiny bags. You know, those are $6-8 for those little bags of chopped pecans, and you might pay a little bit extra for these whole half pieces in a bag from your grocery store, your Walmart, your Safeway, your Fry's, your Fred Meyer's, wherever it is you're at, Albertsons. But you're going to pay a little extra because the factory's done it. But boy, it looks good. It smells delicious. I got this wonderful buttery pecan smell just running all through the house right now, and it is wonderful. It really is. I almost just can't wait for the holidays. Thanksgiving is only about a week and a half, 2 weeks away from now. And I'm doing this pie now because, first off, you guys need to be able to get one in time for your families if you're going to do it. Second of all, you kind of want to, get your pie game on. You don't want to just throw this out with a bunch of aunts, uncles, cousins, nieces, and nephews unexpectedly. and you not knowing what it's going to taste like or anything like that. You want it to be good. You really do. You want it to be a really good pie for everybody to have and to share. And you're going to be giving thanks for this for sure, along with the turkey or the ham. If you do like my family, we just go all crazy. There's no telling what we'll have. I believe this year my father said he's going to be doing some Cornish game hens, not a turkey. So, we'll live with that. But for Christmas, even just look at that. You get that set out on the countertop with somebody that you're trying to impress. It might be your Aunt Mabel. It might be your Uncle Doyle. Speaking of Doyle, we'll just throw him right out on that little old-fashioned ragged-ass doily and just pretty it up even a little bit more. How's that look? Oh, it looks terrible because it ain't in the shot. Well, oops. No. Back out. There we go. So there you go. Let me reset some of this mess. I know I'm a mess. So anyways, there you go. Nice, delicious Southern pecan pie. You're not going to regret this. Folks, you do it right. You do it with love, first off. That's the key to anything. You make the time, you make the pie. It does take a little bit of time. It don't take any time at all to make the filling, but it does to cook it. So you get that sucker cooked up and resting the day before Thanksgiving, because I know your ovens are going to be filled with all the trimmings. You got the green bean casserole, you've got the turkey, you got the cranberry sauce, there's the gravy, your mashed potatoes, your stuffing or your dressing, whatever it is you call it out there. All kinds of stuff. You're going to be just packed and you're going to be rushing around. You're going to be up at 4 a.m. trying to cook everything. Don't worry about the pie. You do that the day before. You make your pecan pie. You make a lemon meringue. You make a chocolate meringue. You make a coconut meringue. You do all your pies and desserts, your fudges, cookies, cluster bars, whatever it is. I don't know what you're going to be making out there this year or any year, but you do your desserts the day before, because they will keep and they will set up and they will be nice and beautiful and wonderful on Thanksgiving Day, and you don't have to worry about it, or Christmas Day or Christmas Eve, whatever it is you're doing. Just get your desserts done a day or two before the big day. You don't want to be rushing around going, oh sweet Jesus, I didn't get the pie. Time to run to the store and buy that $8 piece of crap that they're selling. Not that they're bad. I call them pieces of crap because they're not homemade. Well, there you go. They're not going to be as good as what you're going to do, I promise you. And they ain't going to be near as good as what this is. If you follow my directions and my recipe, you're going to be amazed. Everybody's going to ask you for the recipe, and you're going to say, I don't know the recipe. You got to go to Single Dad Cooking on YouTube. You want to like, you want to share, and you want this recipe. I promise you. That's what you want. So, folks, everybody, have a great holiday. Don't forget to make your pies. We're going to do a couple more little pies. We'll probably do a chocolate pie or something also, just to kind of add to this, give you a little bit of variety. So, there you have it. You ain't going to get much better, I promise you. You're not. So, happy holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, whatever it is, birthday pie. You can do what you want with it. Enjoy it. Love yourself. Love your family. And as always, like, subscribe, share this out with everybody that you know so that they can enjoy something really good and delicious. Until next time, this is Single Dad signing out. Have a great day.